Hey everybody, Jeremy with Simple Discs. I recently came into a new disc made by a new manufacturer out of Australia called the Wonder by Loop. There's no front stamp. It has that, I'm hoping those chainsaw noises are not too bad. It has the raised stamping similar to Trash Panda on the bottom. Um, they say they developed this disc for 4 years. And the idea, the design philosophy behind this disc is the single disc for a beginner to start using and enjoy the whole course with. So we're going to go out today and play a one disc round with this, and we're probably only going to play 9 today. Um, and we're going to talk about the benefits of playing a one disc round, the type of stuff that you can learn from that. Also in my bag, these shots you won't be seeing, I have a PA3 and another special disc that we're filming another video with while I'm out here already. But anyways, let's go ahead and get on the course and get started. Hole 1, 300 feet. We just need to go straight. I forgot to mention this in the beginning, and I'll show you guys it up close, hopefully here. But hopefully you can see that stamping that I'm talking about. Also, it's got this nice like pink swirling in here. This would be really nice for dyeing. It is soft and flexible, so that's nice. The numbers on this are 5, 6, -1, 1. So I'm thinking pretty straight. I have not thrown this disc at all yet. Let's see what we got here. First throw. I let it on hyzer a little bit. It does seem like it's pretty straight though. So we're going to be throwing our first forehand here. I forgot to bring a mini. We're going to toss it on a little bit of hyzer here, and we'll see how it holds up. Oh, it did glide considerably farther than I thought it would. Alright, easy par, hole 1. Now, one of the big benefits of playing one disc rounds is getting to really know your discs. One of the big problems I see with a lot of new players is not trusting their discs and always thinking, oh, this hole after they've made a bad throw should have been this disc, and then they want to throw a second disc. That was great. And I think that confusion of always trying to think that you have the right disc for the job lowers people's ability to be confident in their shots. A little low, but another easy par. Another big benefit is if you only have one disc, you don't need a bag. I have that little canteen bag. The canteen bag did come with the canteen, so that's, a nice addition. But you don't need a bag. You just have one disc. What do you need? You could carry a mini if you want to, but even then, you don't really need to. 242, left to right. I'm not going to try throwing anhyzer today. We're just going to go straight at it. Let's see how we can scramble. Now I am pretty cut off here. It did seem like it had some stability, so I'm just going to try to float something on anhyzer out there and see if we can save this par here. Not enough stability. Okay, well, everything's a learning experience, right? One of the things that it's going to teach you how to do, which I did not learn for a long time in my game, is how to throw a forehand that isn't just stable. If you only play one disc rounds with a zone or something, or an overstable approach, your forehand game is not going to be developing very well. Oof, way too far. So, in the same way, this is going to help you develop your forehand by forcing you to learn angles other than just Anheuser. It's going to help you on your backhand too. This shot here, this hole here is 468 feet, par 5, or par 4 rather, it's hole 5. Normally I'd throw something flippy to get the most of my distance I can, but obviously you only have one disc. So what are you going to do? Hopefully throw on a little bit of Anheuser. Now, my Anheisers are not the best, so this is something I need to work on, so perfect time for a one disc round. Oh, and it's great. Oh, come out of it. Perfect. Right where we needed it. So, I think they weren't really kidding about that 6 glide. This is normally about as far as my drivers get. You know, maybe another 10 feet, but I'm also throwing my drivers pretty flat. Since I've been working on my Anheuser, it feels like the Anheuser throws, for whatever reason, just go a little bit farther than my flat throws. We've got another Anheuser throw here, though, to get to the basket here to try for birdie. So let's see what we got. Now that was flat, and a big kick left. I also forgot to mention it. I clanked it off the cage. I took a double on the last hole. We're gonna have a tough forehand here. I think I'm gonna just try to go straight and see what happens. Of course. Now, I'm not trying to make excuses. It is very hot and humid today. I am trying out a different chalk bag that is non-chalk. I don't actually know what's in it. And it does not seem to be helping very well. But another chance at a forehand here. And I held on to that one. Let's see if I can sink this long-ish putt. And low again. Now you might be thinking, Jeremy, I hate mid-ranges. You know, I'm more of a putter guy, or I like fairways. You know, I don't throw very far, so I just throw fairway for everything. Play your one disc round with a fairway then. When I first started out, that's what I did. The very first one disc rounds I ever played, I think, were with a Leopard. This is hole 17. We skipped the two holes that are out in the open. I filmed something else. Like I said, I had an extra disc in my bag. It's hot out there. And I also have stopped throwing the putter. I'm ready to be done already. It is so hot and humid today. I just do not have the willpower today. This is 401 feet. We are going to try to give it a little bit of Anheuser to get some curve here, but we'll see. If you guys have watched my Build-A-Bag series, you'll know that this hole on Anheuser is not my friend. Oh, but it is today! Oh, I did nick that tree, but that's still pretty good. We landed in an okay position. We're still 30. We want to be more that way. So we're just going for a nice straight throw here through these trees to set us up for our approach here, hopefully. Boy. Oh yeah. You even went a little deep over there. That 6 glide really sneaks up on you. This is going to be a forehand lean out. There's no good spot to put the camera over here. This definitely went farther than I thought it would. Yeah, that, you know, on a lot of discs, they'll say, specifically like the River, will say 7 glide. I think this disc truly has the 6 glide that it's saying, because this is better, farther flying than most of my mid-ranges in my bag. I would square the tree. Am I going to make a putt today? Nope. The final benefit of doing a one disc round is that it will help you figure out a course so much faster. If you're throwing different discs off of every tee, it's hard to figure out what the right disc is for the hole. But if you have a mid-range or a fairway that you really, really like, if you throw it off of every tee, and you know how it flies, and you know how it flies in relationship to the rest of your discs, you're going to find out really quickly just what discs you need. If I go out to a brand new course, and I just throw a one disc round, I can think about every shot that I threw and what I needed more out of the disc. Oh, did I need more distance? Well, I know that, my chemtrail, for instance, goes longer than this. But maybe I also need it to be more stable. Okay, well, I know I need a T-bird. Maybe, I need less distance, but I also need it to be straighter than this. Maybe I need my MVP spin, but all those flights are going to be in relationship to this one disc that you know really, really well. So I think that that's important, is to establish your baseline disc, essentially. For instance, this shot here was always told to me to be a T-bird throw. My T-bird always ended up too far left, so then I moved to a chemtrail. When I moved to the chemtrail, I'm always too straight, so I'm getting long before it starts fading. This hole has always been a mid-range for me, and preferably a neutral mid-range on a little bit of hyzer so it pops up and then just fades at the end. We'll see if I can hit it today. I do birdie this hole a lot, but might be my most birdied hole on this course, actually. Nope, not today. Too much hyzer. Hopefully our final throw of the day. Let's see what we got here. Low power. Throws like this are not my expertise. So let's see. Miss it. I think I nicked a tree at the end there. We had a really long putt. Let's give a shout out to Loop Discs. They have not sponsored this or anything, but this disc is fantastic. If I lose one of my current mid-ranges, this will be going straight in the bag. Not right now, just because we're in the middle of the season. I won't have to relearn a disc. Also, hey, a putt made. Shout out to Flying Saucer Disc Golf in Massachusetts. They carry this this disc. I believe Infinite Discs. I know they have a listing for it. I don't know if they have any in stock. But if you want to pick one up, you can pick one up at Infinite Discs. Flying Saucers, unfortunately, does not have an online store yet. I don't know if they ever will. But anyways, that's the video for today. Get you one. Try it out. Feels amazing. They come in this peachy with pink. I also saw blue with pink when I bought this one. You guys have a wonderful freaking weekend.